Where are they? Where are the cephalopods, Mr. Nogami? Where are they? Come outside. Please, I just want to talk. Hey everyone, it's Yume, voice actor, Splatoon enthusiast, certified gamer. Let's talk about Pearl and Marina, what we know has happened in the Splatoon world recently, and what is probably going to happen for the duo in Splatoon 3. First, let's rewind back to 2019. Final Fest happened. We had a beautiful results announcement that put our worries of Off the Hook breaking up to ease. We also had some beautiful artwork. Here's what happened in English.
What? So, Off the Hook isn't breaking up?
What? Heck no! You and me are gonna rock the mic together until the end of time! Or at least until I can get my solo career off the ground. I'm just playing, Marina. You know I love you.
Pearl.
In the Japanese version of these results, which I'm dubbing for the 3rd anniversary of Final Fest, Pearl says to Marina, "Let's make the world way more colorful with our music. Ushira no ongaku de mechakucha colorful na sekai ni shite kouze." Which leads me to get excited and think that they are indeed going to travel across continents. There is no mention of the two exploring different music genres in Japanese, like there was in the English results dialogue. But this isn't to say that there's zero possibility Off the Hook could change their image slightly. After all, in the Octo expansion, we learn how Pearl used to be in the metal scene before cleaning up her act and forming a new pop group with Marina. More on their musicality later. Mr. Nogami, who is the lead producer of the Splatoon series, was cited in a 2019 interview, saying that in terms of the final Splatfest, Off the Hook are much more of a unit and on good terms with one another, so we didn't want to force them to fight. Gal pals until the very end, if you know what I mean. This translation is courtesy of Nintendo Everything. It was reassuring to see the two wouldn't be separated like the Squid sisters, who were always friendly rivals. This is why I'm literally trying to get my own interview with him. Just kidding. But he knows what's up. We know he does. Let's come back to the present. Let's get into my theory. In Splatoon 3, it will have been a year and a half since Final Fest occurred. A new city is thriving in its wake, and outside Ingopolis limits, our favorite Splatoon 1 specials are upgraded and usable, Octolings and Inklings are already on good terms, and more. Why wouldn't Pearl want to visit an exciting place like this and take her girlfriend on a kick-ass road trip?
It's not like I want to watch the world burn. I just want it to change. Bailey.
Think about it. This is her element. She wanted the world to change, not her ties with Marina. And speaking of Marina, my biggest theory is that she's working on new technology, perhaps teaming up with Sheldon and even Agent 8 to engineer the spawn point devices and more. Her hyper bombs were only prototypes during the time of Octo expansion, and we see what appears to be mini versions of them in the Killer Whale 5.1 special. If Marina could already multitask developing shifty station layouts while keeping up with idle work, then the possibilities are endless for her in Splatoon 3. As for Pearl, we know she'll be wherever Marina is, but I'm curious to see how much of a wildcard she'll become. This little rebellious inkling is full of ideas and may decide to redesign Off the Hook aesthetically, inspiring Marina to create new kinds of music with her. What I'd also love to hear is the return of her rock and metal influence, what with her vocalist, Rina Ito, being in the genre already. Also, more of this. Splatoon fans, you might be familiar with the song This Is How We Do, which was a collaboration between Rina Ito's band, Lighter 190E, and Alice Peralta, Rina Ito's vocalist. This fits the alternative rock cues in Splatoon 3 perfectly. Here's what the song sounds like, Splatoonified, courtesy of Vocaloider/Utower. The beats Marina creates are already very eclectic, and I don't think Pearl will give up rap anytime soon, so we should just expect new outfits from them at the very least, with a fusion of both styles at the very most. Now, for all the people who are hoping Marina goes evil because she has history with Octavio, or Pearl gets squidnapped, or someone gets God forbid, brainwashed again, please think about the implications for a second. Seeing as how Marina's involvement with the Octarian military is revealed in the expansion, it should be referenced again in Splatoon 3. It doesn't mean she'll suddenly go to the dark side, but she should have to come to terms with her past. That's probably just large amounts of copium because I want these characters to interact and have confrontation with each other, to show that Splatoon does have serious storytelling that isn't just limited to fantastical concepts. It seems to me like the developers and writers want to present different plot elements right now, and expand upon the environment of Splatoon, primarily how the characters live in said world. I believe they have more time to do so than they did with Splatoon 2. But will things really be that different, Yume? Come on now. Squidbeak Splatoon is already confirmed for story mode. It's just gonna be more shooting at Octarians. A furry. Okay, sure. But what does calm my wandering mind are the overall vibes of Splatoon 3. From everything we've seen over the past year, it seems like we are faced with the opportunity to learn more about the actual environment. This is what Splatoon 1 did. It showed us an Earth that had been changed over thousands of years, plus the evolution and conflict between its new dominant species. In Splatoon 2, we were given more of a focus on trends changing in Inkling society. Octolings were given the chance to live among them like they did in the past, too. Well, actually, the Inkling youth do not understand how big of an accomplishment that is. Seriously, I just want to play Turf Wars, man! The Splatoon 2 Octo expansion DLC provided more character lore within a game for the first time, and it was great. Still, Pearl and Marina would never have had the exposition they did if it weren't for the expansion. Think back to July 2017 when Off the Hook was first revealed. The immediate thing I noticed was that Marina was an Octoling. But how was that possible suddenly, and how would it be explained? Since the aftermath of the Cali vs. Marie Splatfest took precedence in the main single-player campaign, we had to wait a year to find out. It is also necessary to point out some key information. It was not until the events in Marina's chat room where her identity was revealed to both Craig Cuttlefish and Pearl. Nintendo of America's localization and translation team, also known as Treehouse, mistakenly decided to put too many octopus jokes in the stage rotation banter before 2018. So if you play the game in English, you might have been confused, thinking, didn't she already know who Marina was? Nope. That's why in the fashion check segment that appeared in June 2018, Pearl says these weird hairstyles are familiar, not even attributing them to Octolings, which she did learn about in school. Also, I find it funny that one of Marina's in-game animations is adjusting her headphones when she gets nervous, because people might totally notice that she seems out of place. Girl, you're already taller than everyone else, but I get it. Let's move on to the last part of this video, concrete evidence. Because of Octo expansion, we have some clues as to what the duo's plans might be. Firstly, Pearl and Marina are going to move on from Inkopolis news. Whether this happens over the time skip between games, or we get to see it happen while playing Splatoon 3, they're moving on to new heights. This is also the first time we'll potentially have 6 idols, so the key is understanding how the developers want to handle their combined involvement. This retranslation mod is courtesy of Ardenan and Rassicus. The way in which Splatoon's main events occurred are very open-ended at the moment, because there isn't a complete timeline of events released to the public yet. What we do know for sure is that Marina first heard the Calamari incantation around the time OG Agent 3, now Captain, fought Octavio in Splatoon 1. It is also said that Agent 4 and Agent 8's stories occur near the same time frame. We can assume that Off the Hook is free to go in any direction after assisting Agent 8 and continuing with their music label. Secondly, we need more of this here. The 4 gals hanging out, forming friendships, and having a good time. Considering this is the one photo we got in Octo expansion, it could hint at future collaborations between Off the Hook and the Squid Sisters, even if this was just a simple meet and greet. Their combined popularity in the IRL concerts shows that many fans would love to have this be a reality. Again, it makes sense for a new group to take over in Inkopolis if Pearl and Marina quit doing the news. Splatfests are done as far as we know, in that part of town for the time being, with Mushroom vs. Star being the last official one. Plus, we may be able to travel between Splatsville and these familiar locales. Museum del Foncino is back, potentially Flounder Heights, and most of us already know that Inkopolis Square isn't that far from the plaza. Okay, maybe it's just more copium again. Listen, I need a refill. I'd also hope there would be off-the-hook stories, similar to the Squid Sisters stories, which were posted online officially by Nintendo writers as a prequel to Hero Mode 2.0. If the duo is not involved with the Turn of the Mammalians in any way though, such writing might focus on the new Squid-based Splatoon instead. Somehow I can't see Pearl and Marina uncovering Callie and Marie's agent identities just yet. But rest assured, whatever is in store is far crazier than any of us could have foreseen. What do you think Off the Hook is up to in Splatoon 3? Let me know your ideas in the comments section, cause it's fun to speculate and all that. Where are Pearl and Marina? Only time will tell. And for now, we can only manifest. That's exactly why I'm sharing this video. Thanks so much for watching, y'all, and I hope you get your hands on Splatoon 3 ASAP when it becomes available this September. Stay fresh, and sweet dreams.